Illidan Iacona playing Brightwing Silo. Gonna be on Abathur Hospital, playing Jaina, and Ivy Slime will round out the team on Tassadar. Infernal Shrines, the newest battleground here in Heroes of the Storm. A very complex battleground where it's all about fighting over the shrine, getting control of the Punisher, and having that additional team fight capability.
This map, or rather this battleground, is actually very tricky. You gotta make sure you have that pressure. Also, while the shrines are going on, you want to make sure you get those mercenary camps to apply some extra pressure across lanes that people, or rather teams, don't really pay attention to.
All right, well, we can see the talents are pretty much what you would expect. Neutral talents, multi-shot build here for Vala. Just want to have an additional clear when it comes to fighting over the shrines. There's so much focus on that throughout the battleground. That's why you see heroes like Kael Foss, Jaina, Tassadar all being picked up. That AoE splash damage makes a huge difference.
Here also, you can see Abathur is actually going to be at the mid lane, applying some really important pressure into that one there. The lane pressure here maintained by Cognitive is very impressive. They have Tassadar top lane against Vala. Tassadar's going to win that one hands down. And Relics mid lane, it seems like Mer's going to be here on that Arthas. Jaina is not really going to do anything against Arthas, but Arthas also cannot really easily win that lane. In terms of lane pressure, I'll say for sure that Cognitive has the bottom lane going for them, because Tyrael, he's going to have a hard time against Illidan as well as Brightwing.
He will, but when we get to level 10, things are going to get really interesting in this matchup. The fact that Cognitive is running a composition that does not have a warrior, you're reliant on Metamorphosis for Illidan. You've really got to do that big beat in the front line, and they don't necessarily have the big heals to go with them. Brightwing is not known for having something like Divine Shield or Ancestral Heal. It's more heal over time, so the precision on this team for Cognitive has to be there every single fight.
Uh-oh, here we go. First shrine will spawn in under 2 minutes, and the top shrine already engaging. Here is Reliza pulling back as well. He is actually going to be the Tyrael. And on the top lane, the shrine here, the count's going 13 in favor for Relics and 0 for Cognitive. It seems like they don't really want to contest this particular shrine.
Yeah, I mean, a really great start here on this top shrine by Relics. 22 have been picked up already for them. They only need the 30 kills in total, and with Kael Foss and Arthas in the front, 3 more away, but Glaurung is trying to deny their position, force them away from this, but he doesn't really have to sustain the pressure against the entire team by himself, and that will be the first Punisher of the game.
Punisher 1 camps out, Illidan drops already, Trinity landing a little bit extra living bomb onto the target there. It seems like he's going to be okay, but Abathur meanwhile is going to push the bottom lane, so this is going to provide some form of EXP advantage for Cognitive. Can they maintain this? That is going to be the question.
Yeah, it's a really good question to ask too, because we see Hospital getting very low here. Punisher just 1 punch away from taking Jaina out. Barely does get on out of there.
Have to give credit to Ivy Slime, that fantastic shield coming from Tassadar, making sure that Jaina's going to be okay. And here we go. We get a little bit of an EXP lead for Relics. It's still not really concrete yet, but Abathur has done some form of EXP soaking in the bottom lane, and I really like that. Brightwing also is doing the soak in the mid lane. So generally, Cognitive is saying, you can get those early shrines. We don't care. What we want is that EXP.
Yeah, already you can see their strategy unfolding. Illidan, one of the best heroes in the game at just soloing a mercenary camp because of his trait giving them that self-heal. And when you have Abathur and Brightwing split soaking, I mean, they're dead even when it comes to the experience. It's really a cool strat.
Cognitive actually playing the lane pressure strategy here, making sure that you have all of these lanes nicely pushed out. So even if Relics gets the shrine, it may not necessarily translate into any more damage. Revenant will go down. Definitely the top end did some work that Glaurung going to pull back, and Hospital is going to clear the lane as well.
That is the power of the Abathur hat sitting on someone as mobile as Illidan. There is no escape, and the damage output is ferocious.
We have also the multi-shot build coming from Vala, and you also see Regen Master on both Arthas as well as Tyrael. Those are really good talent, making sure that the tanks are tanky, and Vala has got some extra slow there, coming at level 13 for her.
All right, well, it's working out pretty well here for Cog. They have the beautiful lane clear. They're getting the mercenary camps left and right. Actually stealing that offensive siege camp was an excellent play by Glaurung and company.
Cognitive already level 7.5 against Relics 7.2, a little bit of that extent. Second shrine is going to really spawn here, and this is where it really boils down to how Relics capitalize on this shrine if they do get it. And Cognitive, what do they want to do here? Abathur surely wants to push yet another lane, but here we have Relics already at the shrine, knocking on it. Seems like they're going to get the early lead.
Yeah, they're just going to get about 10 right off the bat. I mean, each time they spawn, it's going to be 10 skulls, and when you get you're not contested whatsoever, you start out so well. 20 already in their pockets before Cog's even in position. Cognitive just has to retreat here. They have to concede their position. There's no point in fighting until they have level 10. They just don't have that big health bar hero. Illidan needs Metamorphosis.
And this is where it's a little bit different from the first shrine. You had Jaina there buying some time, so that helped Avatar soak the lane slightly better. But here we go, second Punisher this game. It's gonna plow down the bottom lane, and also the stun connected quickly on Jaina. There goes the extra follow-up from the Howling Blast of Arthas. Glaurung wants some blood. Is he able to get it? Murnau in some trouble with the Avatar head on Illidan. He's gonna do some damage, but Arthas pulls right back. Is there a heal from the Uther? Uther's doing whatever he can, but Arthas is gonna go down, and Glaurung once more. Revenant is gonna pull right back, and we have the Punisher completely doing nothing for Relics this game.
The evasion, the pixie dust, and the shield of Tassadar and Avatar is just too much. They can't even deal damage to Glaurung, it seems, and he's just got free control to go into the backline and do massive damage to their opponents. I'm absolutely thrilled by this composition at this point.
I would say Cognitive is really doing a great job this game. You're looking at a very innovative strategy that they have against this map that is not their usual style, but still it still has that Illidan in the lineup. So that's really exciting. We've all seen Glaurung's melee assassin. We know how good it is. And here we actually will see this work out. They may actually get level 10 soon, and that means that they will have those heroics to work with.
Yeah, they're going to get this big timing window in which Cognitive can have the heroics first. And that's a position where Relics really just has to kind of sit back and play passively. But with the rotations, Brightwing's face shifting in, this is such a bad spot. Realize they're just barely use the Eldrin's Might to get over the wall and escape the aggression of Cognitive.
Material's not as squishy as the lookalike Vala right there, but definitely we have some really good skins being picked up by both sides. And if you see the heroic talents, they've been decided already. It's going to be Archon, it's going to be the Water Elemental, as well as Ultimate Evolution with Metamorphosis and Blink Heal. So this is a very comfortable one direction kind of a strategy that Cognitive wants to pull off. They just want to go in with Illidan as well as the clone and do maximum damage there.
But the sustain on the side of Relics is there as well. When you pick up Arnie the Dead plus Divine Shield, that's just so much more control and just mitigation of the damage output of Illidan. But they do have to worry about that double Illidan with Avatar making the clone.
Alright, very standard heroics from Relics as well. You will see that Strave, Judgment, Army of the Dead, Divine Shield, and Phoenix. And this is where I think Cognitive is ready for a fight. Make some noise as they go all the way up to the top lane. Relics is already here, and we're looking at a shrine being contested for the very first time.
Ivy Slime taking critical damage, but the Metamorphosis is connecting at two targets. Illidan now in the front. Beautiful grabbing left is thrown out, but Cog is closing in.
And Murnau in a lot of trouble. There goes the Divine Shield. Revenant behind with the strength. Killdog goes down. Ivy Slime very low, but Cognitive, they're in a very good spot here. They don't really have any casualty just yet. Avatar's Ultimate Evolution is going to expire. And look at the Vulture, Jake, 54 against 46.
Yeah, the votes are there, and we're seeing why it's close, because this game is really back and forth. But Cognitive, they waited for 10, and they say, you know what, this shrine is ours. 29-1 right now. Only one more minion will summon themselves a Punisher, and now Cognitive is looking to put some pain on Relics.
Definitely, Relics did not see this coming. Cognitive with the first Mota, very own Punisher, and he lives quickly on Mer. Arthas facing something twice or thrice his size. You want to pull right back, son. And the rest of Cognitive is at the top lane here. Avatar's not here, but he's doing a pretty good job at the bottom lane himself. Reliza jumps right in, and we have the Punisher as well. Jumping in, perfect stun judgment on the Illidan, but Brightwing getting a little bit of gravity left on himself. Polymorph goes down, Kel'Thas is taking out Revenant, does not have the damage. Relics, they have to pull right back. Mer getting blocked by Glaurung. Glaurung wants blood, and he gets it. They're going for more. Maybe a team wipe. Mer in a lot of trouble, and Glaurung still goes in. Then Avatar has to do a lot of work. Revenant is time to but Glaurung will go down. 4-man down. All due to Grado Glaurung.
That is the definition of ham. There is no cheese, there is no salami. He's just going in, and only Revenant is standing. The Immortal, the Punisher does expire, but the damage has been dealt, Babel.
Yes, the structures may look like they're intact, but Cognitive here, they have a convincing lead. 2-level lead, level 13 against 11. This is a very comfortable spot for them. It's their game to lose right now.
Right now, Cognitive just falling back with the experienced lead. They're just taking control of all of the mercenary camps that they can, applying aggression in all the lanes, forcing Relics to just play cleanup. When you're playing cleanup, you're not getting an advantage for your team. It's just really on the back foot. They have to find an opportunity. They have to find someone out of position and pick them off.
And you just saw Glaurung on the screen right there, very satisfied with those takedowns. I think it was absolutely worth it. And here we have also the mercenary camps going towards Cognitive. They're looking very strong right here. Relics, they had a plan. Apparently that plan is not working out right now. They have to adapt.
They really do, but they're not that far behind. 2 level disadvantage, it's really a level and a half, not the worst, but finding Glaurung here could be the break that they need. They see that he is trying to capture this bottom mercenary camp, and he's going to get on the point. Tyrael does not get there in time, but he steps off it with the dive forward. Brightwing able to capture it here, but now the entire team is rotating down.
And Mur, he has to pull back again. This Optus is really not zoning out. The job is not done. There goes the strafe. Minimal damage against Glaurung, and here comes Minimal. Sandy is in town. Revenant in a lot of trouble. He's gone again. Relies on Tyrael. You go back to the high heaven, sir. There's no way Cognitive is going to lose that engagement right there.
In Asia, we commonly see a multi-warrior meta, but Cognitive says we don't need warriors, we have Illidan, and that is more than enough with a composition like this, and honestly, they are certainly making a case for it.
They definitely are, Jake, and you're looking at some really good damage. It's not just about Illidan, but it's also about that Tassadar. You also have the Jaina. Illidan is jumping in front. He's a big distraction, yes, but what can you do when he is already behind you? You still have Jaina right in front, Tassadar as well. Those are really good damage, and it's reached a point where Relics is not even going to try and contest the shrine.
Yeah, I mean, 10 skulls have already been picked up here, but they're diving and they steal quite a few, putting themselves on the board in a beautiful judgment, going for it, trying to lock down Brightwing, but in the backline we have the Illidan going in. Psylocke will fall on his clone, but that's just one heroic spend.
And it's still just the ultimate evolution that's gone really. Iacona gonna use that extra phase shift in, and there goes the Oracle. Mur getting zoned out again, but here comes the multi-shot. It's not gonna look like anything, but they're looking for the lockdown. Ostas will go down. He's bought enough time. There goes to the Divine Choke. Glaurung is looking like he's completely fearless. He's just gonna chop up all of this chop right here. But here we go. Rest of the allies are gone. Glaurung suddenly a lot of trouble with the Brightwing. Iacona save Glaurung. This is awesome. And we got the Archangel with the roster, and Archangel's drop is not going to do enough. Glaurung again with those extra shields coming in from Brightwing. This, sir, is how you befriend.
Iacona with the plays in that fight. That blink heal just changed everything, but Relics did manage to steal the Punisher, and that's a big deal. The power of strength in those team fights not only does it apply so much damage to your enemy team, but it's clipping and hitting every single minion and stealing those last hits.
The Punisher was really, really important for Cognitive because that would have helped them win a lot more. Punisher by itself will not do sufficient damage against structures. You really need a team behind him to push well. And that in that case that Relics was not able to get any structures down, it's just basically saying we're going to trade 3 heroes for 1 Punisher just to make sure that the mid-4 still stands.
And well, the 2-level lead speaks for itself. Talent advantage here on the side of Cognitive. They have no reason to play passive in this game. They've showed just by being in the face of Relics. They're going to keep them on the back foot as often as possible, and capturing one of these mercenary camps is going to continue to allow them to be very far forward.
All right, we're already level 16, 17 in fact for Cognitive, and if you look at the talent choices, all that top Zays getting caught out. Glaurung again with those shields. The shield is real. Tassadar, Brightwing, there is absolutely no way Illidan's going to go down easily.
And you know, Brightwing actually phase shifting in, not only was it a safety play, took the sacrifice thing. You know what, we're not going to get this siege camp right now. We're going to stall it up for a minute. Jaina had to rotate up to pick off that last siege camp that existed. And now they're going to have 3 of them marching towards the side of Relics. Beautiful play, and we're not too far off from another spawn on these shrines.
I think the timing is really just nice for Cognitive. For Relics, all they need to do is just get their level 16, but it's looking to be very difficult for them right now because all of these mercenary camps are not able to apply lane pressure. They're all working for Cognitive. I mean, you work for the boss that pays better.
You really do work for the boss that pays better. That's the life here in Earth, planet Earth, Babel.
Yeah, exactly. All scary. It seems like the kind of punch right there.
Look at the positioning here, though. They're looking for the flank, and they 5 Revenant out of position. The polymorph goes off. The hat of Abathur is going to be enough for the takedown. A beautiful play by Cognitive.
Yes, and Revenant is gone. That means this shrine is completely out of the question for the rest of Relics. They get level 16, but they really have to play it slow. And this means that they have to prepare themselves that once Revenant respawns, it's going to be a top lane defense.
All right, Merc camps the top shrine, 2 seconds till it's up. Cog is making their way up, but without Vala, Relics is just too afraid to engage upon this. They do have their level 16 talents here. They're on an even footing in that regard, but Cog is pushing so far forward towards those level 20 storm talents.
And Relics deciding to trade a structure for the shrine. Let's see if that pays off at the end. We still have 5 seconds before Revenant respawns as the Vala, and the rest of Cognitive will take the shrine without any doubt. There we go, 30 upon 30. And it seems like they're stalling a little bit. Okay, there we go, they have it.
You know, I think this is great decision making, just considering we don't have Vala, we cannot take a fight in this situation. 4v5 not worth the risk. if they lost a team fight there, they could actually lose the game. So by taking out 2 forts, it helps them catch up in experience quite a bit. But now they all have the hearth back to base because Cognitive, they're pushing forward with this Punisher.
With this Punisher, the fight will definitely swing in favor of Cognitive if played right. And we've got like a virtual 6 versus 5 here. Silo Dylan is not going to do anything. Punisher already going against Reliza. That's going to buy some time, but Silo is still up here. Down goes the Ultimate Evolution on that Illidan right there. Rest of Cognitive knocking on that inner keep. The keep will fall. Punisher still marches on. They're taking way too long to take on this Punisher, and that may just be punishing for them. Rest of Cognitive is already here, Jake.
The stun lock there on Illidan is doing a lot of damage. He's forced the Metamorphosis out to safety, but they're going for the core. Down to 70% on the health there. It is falling very quickly, and I think Cognitive has done it. Game number 1 is in their